Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Vulnerable. It is April 19th.
We need to get us one of those that has it written on marker on what episode and what.
Little
Yes, we
action.
do.
Little action. I wouldn't mind that. I'll find one. I'll find one on eBay or Amazon or something. I'll get it. Yeah, we can write the date and everything. So I've been Joel and I have been texting back and forth with Chris, and this is probably one of the more exciting. Genuinely, I've been pumped to get you trying to make the schedule work and everything because, like Joel said in the beginning, we have lots of questions. So,
It's been so hard for the three of us to get together, let alone implement a fourth person to
softball, baseball schedule.
Yeah.
You know, so we have JD Piet today with. Is it with BAF by FoxPro? Is that now how you kind of say it, or is it separated?
BFA is separate from FoxPro.
Bustin Fur Audio. Yep, and then you have partnered with FoxPro Calls.
I work for FoxPro. So BFA is a sound files. I record coyotes, small critters, anything we use in calling coyotes. I record those sound files and then I sell those sound files through Bustin Fur Audio. The connection with FoxPro is I do the same thing for FoxPro as a company. I record sounds for them and then turn those copyrights over to FoxPro.
Gotcha.
Then they sell those recordings on their website.
Gotcha.
So I also hunt for FoxPro, hunt coyotes.
Yep.
They've got FoxPro TV hunting.
Yep.
FoxPro hunting TV.
Do they?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
I'll
that.
have to look that up. Like, is that a YouTube channel or is that
YouTube
and on
Carbon?
Carbon?
I think. Yeah. So I'll be hunting on that show with Al and John and Mike and
Yep.
there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hunting on
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys going all over?
Yeah, we'll be going like Kansas and Al hunts a lot of the West.
Yeah.
We'll be doing hunts here. Mostly my forte is going to be the night game.
Okay.
Because here in Ohio, that's 99.9% of what I do.
Okay.
So they do a lot of daylight stuff out there, or
Out west,
Out
yeah.
west, do they?
Yeah. John's in Kentucky. He does a lot of daytime stuff in Kentucky even. It's just bigger country. I mean, you guys know we're all local here. There's houses, there's roads, there's Honda, there's all the traffic that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Lawnmowers and dogs and 1 acre property owners that think they own everything around them. That, it's just a struggle to do in the daytime. So get out there at night. Everybody's in bed. Traffic's laid low. Dogs are put up. It's quieter. Coyotes are more active, or they're active at night. I mean, they're a nocturnal animal, so
That makes sense. But out west, because of all those gone, they feel more comfortable to come out during the day.
yeah, it's so much bigger
Never
country.
Never would have thought of that.
I mean, go along with JD. Our animals' life is by night. I mean, it's super. It's unbelievable how active it is at night.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to get that out of JD's face. It was like right up. I had it too high. I didn't want your face being blocked. So is that okay?
It might have been better. People might enjoy it more if it was in my face.
I'm gonna tilt it up just a little bit. Sorry. It seems like everybody says they're gonna, and then they get comfortable and I make a little adjustment. Yeah. No. So how do you? So between Bustin Fur Audio and FoxPro, if you're recording for yourself and FoxPro, are they giving you a list of like, hey, this is what we want, and you try to record it for them, or do you just continually record and pick what goes where, or how does that work?
Record. Like right now, I mean, my main focus is getting sounds for them.
Yeah.
Because my library is pretty much established. I've got, a lot of howls, pair howls, group howls, pup fights, pup distress.
Yep.
Adult coyote fights, rabbits, birds. So theirs is substantial as well, but hasn't been updated for quite a few years. So that's why they've brought me in to update their library. More current, newer sounds.
Yeah.
So my focus right now is building their library ahead of BFA.
Yeah.
But like I've got 6 coyotes right now at home that I record, and they're all, 3 males, 3 females. I think, today's Sunday, isn't it?
Yep.
Damn. We were supposed to get a dog pregnancy test in yesterday. Wife and I are going to do a blood test on one of the females to see if she's pregnant.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping she is. And that'll open up new recordings for BFA.
Oh, yeah.
Because new voices.
Pups.
Yeah.
You can start from beginning.
So those pups, are going to go towards BFA and FoxPro.
Yep.
So.
I was on your Instagram and I didn't know there were 6, but how long have you had those? Actually, here's a better question. Let's do this. I think Joel kind of led into the question before we started. Let's back all the way up. How does one?
Well, he, a lot like me, in the trades business, I remember he was a concrete guy.
Okay.
Yeah. He was a concrete guy.
So can you give us a little blurb on where it started, how it started, and just, the kind of the backstory? Give us the history.
Yeah, how did you?
Because that's probably cool to hear.
How did it end up with a pair of coyotes probing with a shocker to get sounds? And
Don't say that. That's not right.
I've never had to provoke them.
I hear them all the time when I'm just there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So because we've been talking, it was just from an outsider's point of view when we started talking, and Joel was buying his stuff about 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, and he said that you were recording coyotes for your business, and then that's when the partnership with FoxPro and things were happening. And I was like, that is such a unique thing that nobody thinks about to make a living, and I just think it's a very cool thing. So I think somebody would love to hear it from A to Z on how that happens.
Okay. Like Joel said, I did concrete for 26, 27 years, something like that, and destroyed my back.
Yeah.
And
knees.
It's a young man's sport.
It is.
Concrete. So that kind of went into painting, welding, and then I literally fell into what I'm doing now. Now, I've always been a coyote hunter from 14 on.
So you've always hunted coyotes?
Yeah. And in daytime mostly. Back when I first started, we had fox, grays, and reds.
Yep.
And, I would go out calling fox and using red lights.
That's what I was going to say, probably using a red light. Yep.
Then the gray fox just kind of dwindled away, the population, for what reason. I don't think anybody really knows. But then the reds held strong, calling them. I noticed once the coyotes moved into our area, I started calling coyotes in. But I couldn't kill them, with a shotgun and a red light. They would not come that close.
When was this? What year, roughly? You remember?
Late 80s.
Late 80s?
I'm
Okay.
guessing.
Late 80s.
So I then, reading Trapper Predator magazine, and all the guys out west are like, daytime's the right time, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, I'll try it here in the daytime. And I did. I got a rifle, started hunting them, and it took a while to be successful. It was a challenge, and that's one of the main reasons that I took it on.
So what was the call? What was the call company at the time, or was you
Johnny
using
Stewart.
sounds? Johnny Stewart. That's right.
Yeah.
Looked
Johnny
like the
Stewart.
old megaphone one.
Yep.
Or what? Yep.
Yeah, I had the tape players with the 20-foot cord and a speaker, and then they come out with the Prey Master, which was, I don't know, it might have been one of the first digital callers, but it had little cards that plugged into a remote control, and then the remote had a cable to it.
There was no Bluetooth, and
But you could change those cards out with different sounds and whatnot.
Yeah. I'll make a note to overlay a picture of that original call.
The Prey Master.
Prey Master.
And I'd reading all the magazines and all the articles I could read. There was Dennis Kirk and Johnny Stewart's names were, where the sounds were all coming from back in the day. And I always thought, man, that's kind of neat, guys going out and recording these sounds, and then hunters going out and using those sounds to kill predators. In 2000, after becoming successful with
started killing coyotes.
Killing coyotes here in the daytime.
Yep.
I would try and find somebody to go with me, and they'd go for a weekend, and they didn't want to go anymore because there's so much walking.
Yeah.
Low success rate, but I was bullheaded and I kept at it. And I did a lot of hand calling as well. just running prey distress hand calls and then howlers. So I get connected with a kid that's in Southern Ohio, and he was into it as deep as I was. I mean, and he was a little more because he was making hand calls. He had a wood lathe. That was kind of his passion as well, as much as calling them and hunting them, him building the calls. So he built a custom howler. It was based off of the Elk Inc. Power Howler. He would cut the mouthpiece off of it, replace their plastic bell with a cow horn, hollowed out cow horn, polish it all up, make it all pretty. So he and I end up getting together, and we start doing some filming, hunting coyotes. And we put out an old DVD years ago. I can't remember what year it was, 2002, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
And it was called Calling in the East.
Calling in the East.
Yeah. Predator hunting, Calling in the East.
Yeah.
Brent Saxton and I. Well, that kind of led us to, in 2008, they held a World Predator Expo in Kansas City. And with him building calls, us doing the DVD, we got a booth in Kansas City and we drove out there. Well, at this expo, they had stage calling competitions, a distress division, and then coyote vocalizations division. So everybody, was Brent. Brent was pretty well known for his abilities of howling coyote vocals. And with me being his partner and running his howler, he's like, you got to get into the competition with us.
Yeah.
I was a nervous wreck. I was like, oh, Jesus. Standing up on a stage in front of crowd and judges. And
Right.
Okay. So I ended up doing it. I ended up winning the coyote vocalizations
right
division,
off the bat.
world champion. Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was a nervous ass wreck, but it was a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's cool. I did not know that.
So I've
just
got
turn your back like they do at the turkey thing and not know anybody's there.
Yeah.
Just do your thing.
Yeah.
It's like a world title.
Yeah.
And predator or coyote vocalizations
So
division.
the calls went through the roof probably because of that.
Somewhat. I wasn't building them, so I didn't really see that portion of it. I know it kind of, and then I finished, I think, second or third in the hand calling, the prey distress division.
Okay.
So I did really well out of a shit ton of guys that was out there. And a lot of them, are like, this guy's going to win, this guy's going to win. And a lot of them were shit talkers. And
JD walks up and says, hold my beer, watch this.
And they ended up beating them all. And so that was
awesome.
satisfying. So that kind of opened doors as well.
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
world title. I got a call from who? Who was it? Drury's ended up buying them.
Nightingale?
No.
Oh,
What company was that? I can't remember the name of the company that they bought. But anyhow, that company had gotten hold of me, wanted, pro staff position started coming about. And which was, I thought cool at the time, and then learning that, well, you got to use their product to do the same thing I'm doing with custom products.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know if I want to go this route.
Right.
To commercialize it at the time. And then after all that, I did away with all that kind of stuff. I just kept using Brent's stuff, kept hunting coyotes. That was my main thing, just keep killing coyotes. That was more fun than anything else. And then Brent and I in 2005, it was right after that, the competitions, we ended up recording sounds ourselves, just us using hand calls and their howlers, and started selling.
Oh, so you were
CDs.
recording calls out in the wild?
No, we were recording
your
ourselves.
own sounds.
Yeah,
Got it.
you guys were doing your calls,
sounds.
your calls recording. Gotcha.
Right.
Like in a living room or in a sound room or something.
Yeah, we had a guy actually from Bell Fountain, had all the recording stuff.
Yep.
And we went out in the middle of a field just outside of West Liberty one evening. It was nice and quiet, and blew all our hand calls, and this guy went and produced all these. I think there was 18 sounds total.
That's cool.
Us. And then we put them on a compact disc and started selling them online.
Which was one of the ones you could plug into the collars at the time. If you had an electronic collar, is that kind of how you?
Well, we were doing. He created MP3s and put on that disc.
Gotcha.
So at that time, I think FoxPro was in the game.
Okay.
They had collars that would play MP3 files. I think it was Loudmouth, Johnny Stewart collars at that time. You could put sounds on.
Right.
So the sounds we were selling on the CDs, people could buy them, take them off the CD, put them on your computer, and then put them onto the collars.
Yep.
To use them.
Yep.
So
very cool.
Wow.
those did okay. It was Facebook's marketing giant.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
for where I'm at today. But Brent one day just got out of it. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm done hunting coyotes, done making calls, done. He was done. It was like
Something
shit.
happened in his life or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I just kept hunting.
Yep.
And then I get a phone call. There's a new company, electronic game call company, coming onto the scene. It was Icotech Game Calls, and they were based out of Ohio, Toledo, Ohio. Well, the manager, he calls me and explains their callers and what they're doing, and wanted to know if I would give one of their calls a shot, try it. I said, yeah, send me one. I'll see how it does.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I was pretty impressed with it. So I started using their callers, working back and forth together, ended up in a year basically going to work for them.
And what year was this roughly? After 2015. Yep.
Yeah. Ended up going to work, not for them because I was a subcontractor, but with them.
Selling the calls or the sounds or both?
Calls.
Who are you?
Helping design callers, creating content for marketing, sell the callers.
And hunting with their call. And
hunting with them.
So you were going to like trade shows or talking to customers or, like sporting goods stores?
Mostly online.
Mostly
Just
online.
Facebook,
Gotcha. Just promoting
just
it.
going, killing coyotes, taking good quality pictures with the product.
Yep.
And I got close with the manager.
Yep.
And he's like, I need help. Would you be willing to come to work for us? One of the things on my plate would be create sounds for the sound library. So I started going out, catching little critters, and recording, and then I told them, I was like, we need our own coyotes to raise and record and get those good recordings.
Yep.
So I ended up getting a propagation permit from the state and getting coyotes, and that started in 2017.
Okay.
I think it was, or 18.
Yeah.
And I've had them ever since.
And then you eventually separated from them and...
Yeah, I left Icotech just this past year.
Gotcha. Okay, and that's kind of where the FoxPro come in, right?
Yeah, I left Icotech. I had BFA going. BFA's going very well, strong. There was contract issues with Icotech, money issues, and fuck yeah, I'm out of here.
Fuck yeah, I'm out of
Yeah.
Icotech versus FoxPro. Did you see? When you're loyal and you're with somebody for so long and things are happening, did you things you like about FoxPro better? I'm assuming too. Was there?
I'm been using the FoxPros now since February?
Yeah.
I never really paid a whole lot of attention to them while I was with Icotech.
Yeah.
Now that I'm using them, running their collars, it's just such a more sophisticated, higher quality collar than what I was promoting and working with previously.
I'm sure like clarity is a big thing.
Sound clarity.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you have a Bose stereo system out
right there.
You heard the 360, right? Mm-hmm. It's out of this world.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
FoxPro 360.
It's on its own level. Yeah.
How much is a FoxPro 360? Anybody know off the top of their head?
Retail 1,500.
Retail 1,500. What's the range on if it's a calm day? I mean, what do they say a Coyote
I
can?
think the one it sounded a little strange one night, and here the wind had blown it over, and the speakers were down, and it was still working just fine.
Yeah,
In the dirt.
In the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 360s, they've incorporated a subwoofer on the bottom of the collar. So it just sounds, when you're playing a coyote fight or a coyote howling out there in front of you, 30 yards, set the collar down, it just sounds like it's the real deal right there in front of you.
That's
Especially the coyote fights. It's insane because those low guttural growls that they're doing when they're fighting, that subwoofer
picks them
amplifies that.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn,
Yeah.
that sounds good. And as a sound producer that uses headphones, when I'm working these sounds on a stereo and a computer system, I can, I love that even more. That there's finally a collar on the market that can produce what I'm producing.
What you're hearing.
Like a record producer bringing in the cowbell and the and the bass and the
You know, those single speaker units with tweeters in them, I mean, they work. They've worked for years. They still work. I still run one of them. You know, the X24 from FoxPro sounds awesome, but the 360 is just like on its own level.
Very cool.
Badass.
Very cool.
Badass unit.
So kind of going to the coyote side of things, I saw like on your Instagram, you're like holding your coyote. I mean, they're pets. I mean, at a certain level or no?
At one of them.
One of them. That was the one I saw you kind of pick up and.
Yeah. Apollo. And
Apollo.
Yeah. He's one of the first I ever got.
Okay.
He's 8 going on 9. He was one, I got 2 females and a male pup when I first got coyotes, and I would bring him into my office with me, and he'd spend a day. So he was with me all the time. And they all have different personalities, just like us.
Yeah.
You know, they've got different personalities, and he's just chill, and he lets me pet him, pick him up. He's never gotten aggressive, never showed his teeth, growled, nothing like that at me. The little female that he's with, Beans, if I tried to reach down and touch her, she'd take my hand off.
Really?
I got her when she was a puppy. Her eyes just opened because I would get, when I got them from, there was a breeder here in Ohio that I would get them from. I would get them right when their eyes opened.
Yep.
Just before they weaned, because I wanted that connection, bottle feeding them for a week, maybe 2.
Your dad.
Yeah, to try and bond with them. It never worked.
Never worked. Besides Apollo. That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a feral cat, though. If you think of some people try to bring feral cats in, it's about a 50-50 if it's going to work or not. It's bred in them.
But so I'm curious. So there's 3 different pair. You would think 3 different pair and if they were dogs or whatever, you would think that they would just have a litter of pups every year. Like they don't?
No. This year, Beans and Apollo had pups year before last. And that was when I had just 3. Those 2 and then 1 other male.
Okay.
They bred, had pups. And last year I had, I don't know, I go through coyotes. I think I had anywhere 6 to 8 coyotes total. They never bred.
Is it because they're in captivity?
That's what I was going to ask.
Well, I don't know if it's got anything to do with captivity or if it's got to do with the pack orientation structure, because they're all separated. I can't have them all together. Females will kill females, males kill males.
Okay.
So
you have
they're all
each pair.
individually. Yeah, but they were all next to each other.
So it's like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Well, yeah, boy, girl, paired together.
Paired.
In the same cage.
In the
Correct.
same
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But so they could all see each other close by.
Yes.
So now that's why they're spread out farther in your yard.
When you were coming around and hunting, I had them all split apart. I had male, female. I've got 2 mobile units that I can move around with a skid loader. So I had a male, female pair in one placed in a, away from the others, all 3 pairs separated.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's now why Beans is pregnant again this year and going to have pups. That separation, I think, is.
You think it's maybe like an anxiety thing, or or
they have to have a large enough area that they feel they're doing their ritual or doing their thing,
right?
And it can't happen in a small.
Or they're going to encroach or whatever's happening. That's cool. That's unique. I didn't know that.
We split them up this year, and I kept an eye on them.
Yep.
I watched Beans and Taz, or Moto and Taz, knot up. So she potentially could have pups this year, I hope.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like if they were dogs, you're going to have to go pour water on them. They're going to be not.
Yeah. They knot up just like dogs,
Yeah.
ass to ass, in about 10 minutes at a time. And I've seen Beans and Apollo knotting up. So
you
Beans
could have
is
2
actually,
of them.
I could
Could
have
you see
2.
her? Can you see the females getting bigger? Or?
Beans, I got a hold of her Friday, I think it was. We went out there and I got her and was feeling around on her belly. Her teats are kind of
starting to form.
To form. I was like, I think she's pregnant. So we ordered that pregnancy test, and it didn't show up yesterday. Now that I remember everything,
we got to do blood work,
we're going to draw blood on her and do a pregnancy test on a coyote.
So
fingers crossed, she's got pups.
We hope Beans is pregnant, producing little pinto beans.
Pregnant, we're gonna have a party.
Yeah.
So you just kind of get her with a hog snare or whatever,
with her. Yeah, she don't fight that, and I don't choke her, but I'll get the snare on her and just kind of hold her head in place. That way she can't turn around and get my.
Does that owning and having a relationship, like especially with Apollo, does it affect you at all when you go out to
kill him?
No,
nothing.
nothing.
Not a bit.
Dead dog coming.
I know. So everybody's like, "How can you raise them and then kill them?" They make great targets. That's
moving targets too.
Yeah.
Moving targets.
I mean, yeah, I have kind of grown a little bit of compassion for them, but not enough to quit hunting.
Hey, Apollo, I just saw your great grandson.
Yeah.
When you enjoy deer hunting and turkey hunting, and a predator's a predator.
That's
yes,
right.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like anything. Like if you have a dog and then you had chickens and a stray dog come and ate all your chickens, you're pissed, right?
Yeah.
So, what about the size of your captive coyotes versus the size of a wild coyote?
The wild coyotes tend to run a little bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Than a captive.
Yeah. I don't know if it's kind of
muscle mass maybe, or from running and moving.
It might very well be.
Yeah. What's the weight on your
I would say Apollo is probably pushing 30 pounds.
30 pounds.
And we'll kill a lot of coyotes, males.
I guarantee that one night that one you killed was in the 40s.
Yeah.
That picture of you 3 each holding one.
Yes,
yeah.
That one was big.
Yeah. It was 25% longer than any.
Yeah.
And those longer coyotes kind of dupe you. Short with deep chest. You're like, oh, that's a big coyote. You pick him up, and it's like, hey, not that heavy.
Yeah.
And then a long, lanky one that doesn't look like he's going to weigh much. Son of a bitch, he's heavy.
I was catching some females trapping that were in the 30s, 35 and 36.
Wow.
And yeah.
So, I mean, I know you probably what's the biggest coyote you ever killed?
I actually think with Tim and I killed one over by High Point, daytime calling in the morning. And it went, if I remember right, I weighed it on a scales, not digital scales, but it was like 52 pounds.
Wow. That's a big coyote.
The biggest one I've ever seen, a guy shot deer season, and we weighed it with the same scales. Now, it was a Moultrie deer scale is what it was, and it was 62 pounds.
Oh my God.
Back just before our smartphones and cameras,
62 pounds.
Yeah. He thought it was a doe when he shot it, and ended up, it was a coyote because they were driving deer. Back in the days, everybody was driving deer.
Yeah, Joel loves driving deer.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm just kidding.
But he shot that. He brought it to the house. I skinned it out because I was doing a lot of trapping at that time, plus hunting. And Yeah, I was like, holy. I had a couple laying there on the garage floor that I'd trapped, and he threw that down next to him. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
It just dwarfed those. I was like, we got to weigh this one.
That's
and
a big
then
Yeah.
62 pounds. And that was, geez, I don't know how many years ago that was.
So if it
Long
was
time
pre the phones, it had to be
Yeah, it was-
2005 maybe or somewhere
it
through
was-
there.
it
Or,
was early
10, probably
2000s.
10 or something. Yeah. That was, I had the old Cosmo flip or the slide up with the keyboard. That was my first camera phone, the Cosmo
Yeah,
slide
that's
up
what
in
I'm
about
talking
2009, 2010. If you see me writing down, I'm glad you came an hour and early because I'm just writing down questions, man. I'm eating this up. So have you ever any worry or has it ever happened? Maybe this is a stupid question. Mixture of domestic dog versus wild coyote. I mean,
Like out hunting?
yeah, is that like, you think that's ever happened or have you ever seen it happen? Can it happen?
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Coy
I guess-
dogs or whatever they call them, or I mean,
Coy
Or are you
dogs.
talking about like thermal hunting and then somebody accidentally shooting like
no.
dog?
He's talking about in the wild.
Breeding.
Will a coyote breed, or they're like half and halves, or they're
I didn't know if like a 62-pound coyote somehow got, do they breed with something else or was that just a giant coyote? Or I didn't know if that's even possible.
I don't think so because I mean he knows they try to lure them away and will kill them.
Lure the domestic dogs out. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't completely write it off because, like I said, each coyote has different personalities.
Yep.
And when I raise the pups,
Yep.
I have 2 black German shepherds.
Okay.
And the female German shepherd, those pups will run with her a lot.
Really?
She's my babysitter. Yeah.
Really?
That
So,
is cool.
In
With- I'm
in a
sorry, with which
special
one?
circumstance, I could see where a coyote that's even wild, mingling with a farm dog.
Yep.
Or
could
with
end
a
up
dog
breeding.
that really is kind of homeless or kind of,
I could see where it could happen, but I don't think it's very common at all.
This is a sidebar, but I got to tell you this just because you brought up a memory. I was hunting a property probably about 19 years old, and the guy told me that I was hunting. It was in the graph. He said, if you see a goat with a deer herd, do not shoot the goat. He got loose from the farm 2 years ago, and he thinks he's a deer now. And I saw him, this whole herd of deer comes running out, and they're running through the bean. And then behind was this goat trying to keep up with the deer herd. He was part of the herd. So you could kind of, in that same aspect, a little dog, a dog has no home, maybe teaming up, and if they allow him to come in, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
That's
Potentially.
That's just like my one landowner that, buys all the little chicks at Tractor Supply, all the little chickens or whatever, and intermingled with them was a couple ducks that she brought home and didn't know it. And them ducks think they're chickens.
They don't know, right? They have no idea.
They will not go get in the water.
If they're only seeing what they see, they don't know.
She tries to go get them in the water and splashes the water. They will not get in the water.
Back out.
Fuck that water.
We're not going in there.
Yes.
So when you breed coyote, like if you have a litter, how many's in a litter usually for coyotes?
It
varies.
Yeah. First time was 4. Then one time I had a coyote that had 2.
2.
So, and then the wild, that's what is pretty unique about the coyotes. They can regulate their litter sizes based off of the carrying capacity and the population.
I think Joel was telling us
I will say, with this coyote trapping and running all the cameras and everything, the places that are the most coyotes and the most I caught trapping and the most pictures is where I have the highest deer densities.
Really?
Say that again. Where you catch the most?
Where the most coyote pictures I caught 3, and there's still 3 or 4 on cameras and stuff, are places where I have high deer densities.
Gotcha.
Like they are where the groceries are.
Yep.
They are where the groceries are.
So
They'll hurt the fawns, won't they?
yes.
So that's what I was gonna. I see this on. I have no opinion. I have no education on this question. I just want to get.
It said 10 to 20 is that Facebook post is
So
what I just saw.
I didn't see
It
that,
said
but
10 to 20
I
fawns. One female could be 10 to 20 fawns.
Yeah, my question is in regards to everybody blaming coyotes for, which we have an increase in deer, but turkeys especially, you know, are we thinking that the turkey decline, or, you know, is it really related to coyotes?
That was part of the conversation before you two
Earlier.
pulled in.
Okay.
Is ours, we both feel raccoons.
Raccoons. Yep.
I mean,
I think a coyote will.
they're
going to kill coyotes.
The one farm that I've caught 3. I had 3 different pictures last year of turkeys in the mouth of a coyote's mouth.
Yeah.
I videoed a coyote. I was turkey hunting. It's on YouTube. But I called a coyote. I'm turkey hunting. Got a decoy out in front of me, and I'm turkey calling. Birds 100 yards in the woods. I'm in the corner of a hayfield.
Yep.
And I'm working this bird. He's still on the roost. And I hear something behind me, and I turn around and look behind me, big oak tree, and there's a coyote 10 feet behind me. It snuck up, you know, heard me calling. He sees me at the same time I see him. Boom, off he hauls ass. About 20 minutes go by. I hear all kinds of racket down in the hayfield on the backside of the woods from me. That son of a bitch had gone down there into that hayfield and caught a hen. I didn't get any of that on video, but I got on video the coyote bringing the hen back into the woods and burying it.
Yeah.
No shit.
And when it was done burying that hen, I sat there, set the camera up, and he run right up to me. I blew it right in the face.
Yep.
So they can catch adult turkeys.
Adult turkeys, wow.
Yeah.
Now fox also bury their
they'll cache.
Yep. So I had chickens, 30 or 40 chickens, and I just moved them from the barn, 7-8 years ago, moved them from the barn to the outside pen. I dug the fence about 8 inches in and reburied it to keep, this is kind of in town too. Next day I come back from work, they're all slaughtered, dead.
Mink?
It was a fox, and the reason why I know it was a fox is
mink are big on it, or mink are big on it.
The reason I knew it was a fox is I'm sitting on the back porch. Only Lucky survived. The one turkey I named it, or the one chicken I named it Lucky. And I was sitting on the back porch that evening, and a red fox. They were living and denning in a abandoned home in Lewistown, and they come and dug a dead chicken out of my gravel at the back of the property and ran off with my dead chicken. They dug it and buried it right there in the gravel, and I'm like, isn't that just a kick right in the crotch? I put all that out, and they just fed them. And they didn't.
And that's
they
still
killed.
The coyote's fault.
Do what? Yeah,
It's still a coyote's fault.
Right.
Because he's got the red fox pushed into your backyard.
Yeah, that's right. That's
yes,
probably
I never
right.
really thought about that.
Because they're the king of the kingdom when it comes to fox and coyote, right?
Yeah, they'll kill them out there.
Yeah.
But as far as we also were talking about the vocalization of the turkeys and everything, not quite as much. I've been out and hear a couple birds that are in the morning just tearing it up, and here go the dogs too. They're going
Coyotes.
to the gobbles.
Yeah.
They're just it's essentially their they're like dinner bell.
That's the call.
So after enough interaction like that of a gobbler, he has to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Every time I'm gobbling my ass off, that fucking Apollo shows up.
And Taz and Moto and Beans.
I'm flying my ass off to get away.
Yeah. So
yeah.
maybe I just kind of
gobble one time,
do my pussy thing, and not say much.
I'm just gonna gobble one time.
Yeah, one time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what they do.
So that kind of leads into a good question. I don't know if we can break this down into like our 4 seasons: fall, summer, winter, spring. But how does your calling when you're out hunting coyotes, how does that change seasonally with breeding or whatever's happening? How do you like to work it through the year?
Okay. So in the springtime, I will run.
But you'll hunt them all the time.
Yeah, I hunt them year round.
Yeah, just how does the calling differentiate through the year?
Well, like in the springtime, I'll run more small puppy type sounds.
Springtime,
okay?
Yeah.
Like your small pup distresses, even cries.
Yeah.
Newborn pups, things of that nature. But I'm still running a lot of the same howls, the same coyote fights, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to mix in more of the small puppy stuff this time of year. And then once we hit May, I'm going to start using more fawn.
Okay.
And rabbit, bird, more prey distress type stuff. So specifically fawn, because just like you said about the turkeys gobbling, they hear fawns bawling. That's the dinner bell as well.
Yeah.
And they key in on fawn cries. So, but I don't run them year long.
That's what really stood out to me whenever you told me that.
Yeah, I mean, in the spring, I mean, they're just tuned in to.
He said like pup distress will work all the time, even if there's not pups. But he said a fawn, like they know that right now is when a fawn is, and it doesn't seem to work.
You can't trick them outside that window.
Correct.
You can. I'm not saying a fawn won't work in October.
Right.
It will, because it's it's instinct. It's their instinct. When they don't know what is in distress, they hear distress, instinct kicks in, and they react.
Yep.
As a caller, that's what we want, them to react. But it just seems like in May, June, they're already keyed in big time on fawn sounds.
Yeah.
Sounds.
So it seems that fawn sound mixed with some coyote vocals together, like a yipping female or chattering coyote or something. If your caller's got the ability of playing two sounds at the same time, I'll mix those two together at the same time.
Yeah.
And it just seems to, they kick it in gear.
It's deadly.
Do you also have to worry about getting your ass ran over by a doe?
Yeah. Yeah, your ass better be standing out in the wide open, being able to see all the way around you.
Really?
Yeah, I made that mistake early on, because I'm still learning. I've done this shit for so many years. I still learn every year. I'm learning new things, what I can get away with, what I can't get away with, things of that nature. Well, I used to, starting out, back up against the woods. I thought I had to have cover at night. Well, playing the fawn distress, I heard something coming through the woods behind me, and my dumbass actually was standing right in the deer trail. Yeah, I about got run the hell over.
Did you sidestep it?
Oh, hell yeah. I got the hell out of the way.
Was this at night, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
At night.
That's funny.
She went out there. She's stomping all around the collar. I'm like, holy, okay. So now I'm standing out in the middle of a cut bean field, cut corn field, where I could see all the way around me before I'm playing a fawn distress. Because they'll come from a ways off, too.
That's a trick.
Even though it's not their fawn, they're just coming.
Yeah, so that's why I was going to ask about did we make it all the way through the season? We didn't. So we kind of stopped October. What about when you're going into December and then that winter, fall, winter? What's your calling look like?
Okay, so basically I'm calling off of the coyote's life cycle. So September, October, November, you got dispersal. All right, so all those pups are getting kicked out of their, they're getting pushed out.
Yep.
Maybe a female is going to stick with the pack, male, whatever. But you've got a lot of subordinate coyotes out there moving around, trying to find a place
looking for a family.
Home. Yeah. They're timid when it comes to coyote vocals, howls, fights, things of that nature, because while they're out there going through life trying to find their own home, they're probably getting their asses kicked by local coyotes.
Right.
Hell out of here. You're not welcome here. So prey distresses, they're all going to be hungry. And they'll all, interact with coyotes as well. But the howls and things I'll run that time of year they're going to be more subtle type howls, lone howls, sad, long drawn out type howls. Not something from like my one coyote Moto. He is all aggressive, the whole barking, howling, high pitched, high strung. So I'll
You want somebody looking for a friend.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Apollo will throw the most sad, lonely howls, and I'll run a lot of his stuff. Beans, she's got a lot of aggression like Moto. Cash is like his dad. Apollo, long howls. So I'm going to run them in the early part of the year, so I'm not pushing those coyotes away.
Yeah.
I'm getting their attention. They may not be willing to just come running in to me off the howl.
Yeah.
But then once you start playing a rabbit distress or bird distress or something, they might feel more comfortable thinking that other coyote's why that prey is in distress.
Wow.
Versus
so if she has 5 or 6 or whatever, does the family group stay together for so long, and then
Through
you're
the
saying
summer.
through the
Yeah,
summer,
through
and
the
then they
summer.
want their own?
And then the pups, get shoved out
So
or shot.
I'm guessing there is a leader of each coyote pack.
Yeah, you got the alpha male, alpha female.
Okay.
And I don't know which one, the male or the female's the boss.
Yeah.
I would venture to say probably the female.
But they're essentially evaluating their herd and their resources, and they're smart enough to either know we're kicking out or pulling in.
Yeah.
To maintain their tribe.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah. That's pretty unique.
Yeah,
I didn't think there was that. You never think there's that much thought going on within or complexity within a herd, but is it called a litter or whatever?
Their complexity doesn't stop there either.
Yeah.
Joel's seen that. You're out calling, it's like, what in the hell?
Yeah.
Moon comes up, fucking coyotes come alive.
Yeah.
So their complexity is unlike any other.
Yeah, it can be dead from dark until 2 in the morning, and then
on fire.
Then you see the moon just starting to peak up, and then I don't know if they say the moon's got nothing to do with it, but they say the moon has nothing to do with the deer too. But that's a bunch of crap.
You've seen the 2 nights in a row what the moon did to a coyote.
As soon as the moon got up,
So
what started?
What is the reason? Does anybody know? No. I mean, it's just, man, it's like it's their bat signal.
Yeah,
it's like their bat signal.
And it can flip the other way. It could, like Monday night, it could be dead until moon rises at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then, like somebody shut the switch off, and you won't see a coyote the rest of the night. And then the next night, it could be the opposite. There ain't nothing happening until that moon comes up, and then you see coyotes the rest of the night.
Wow.
There's no rhyme or reason. To these coyotes.
But it was really cool. The one evening I was with them, the interaction of back by that railroad track. There was one bedded and one up, and we kept hearing a howl. And then next thing you know, his calls, the one got up and the train got by, and then they started like wrestling with each other in the hayfield and wrestling, and then they just kind of got themselves all worked up and come on, let's go. And
Yep.
And it was 2 males.
And that's where, I'm trying to change their mind frame.
Yep.
With vocals, because they can be calm and mellow just like they were. They were out in that field. I started howling at them, and it just changes their disposition because they're like, some son of a bitches in our backyard. Gotta go run them off.
Yeah.
So.
But you can bet that they are going to try to run their ass downwind, aren't they? I mean, they're going to try and get downwind of you.
Every time I haven't seen a lot of coyote, and but it seems like they're always running on a 45 with the wind and head sideways. It's always kind of that head, and they're looking where they're wanting, but they're trying to get behind the wind. That's what I've always.
So that's something when I was calling early on with red lights and shotguns that I was seeing. A red fox, gray fox, when they're coming to a caller at night, they're
straight at it.
They'll work. The reds would work the wind. The grays are bold little bastards. They'd come straight to the caller. A red, he's coming in, but as he's working to circle the wind, he's looking at the sound source the whole time. So you got the red light. You can see him the whole way around as he's working the wind. A coyote come in, would stop, look, pick up his eyes, like, coyote, get ready. When he's moving, he's looking ahead. You lose his eyes. It's like, where the fuck did he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
So he's not keen on the sound the whole time.
Yeah, he's traveling, looking the way he's traveling.
Yep.
So you lose their eyes with those red lights.
And then he stops, checks again, moves forward.
And looks, and then you see him before you can get on the gun. It's like, shit, he's moving again.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest frustration at night, trying to learn them.
Yeah.
That I finally was like, I got to do this in the daytime. It's just not working at night.
Right.
So
So
Yeah.
when
That's
did
what
the
forced me to go to daytime
when did
call.
the thermal thing change the game?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I guess what were you were doing a big red spotlight before? Is that kind of
Yeah.
what it was?
Or
Yeah, gun
red
mounted,
on the
red
gun
lights.
mounted, I think.
And then I worked with a light company for a while. They had big headlamp lights with red lenses. So those you'd run the collar and scan, looking around with it, and then have a mounted red light on your scope.
And
A
I'm
daytime
sure
optic, flipping that light on.
I'm sure your distance was nothing compared to what it is
Oh, hell no.
today. I mean, you were killing within how many yards then?
150.
I was not even thinking that. I was thinking 75, 100. So that's way more than I
That's
thought.
still shooting a rifle,
Yeah. Yep.
22 250 with red lights on setup.
Yeah, so now him and Darren are side by side and go, "What's yours reading?" 952. I'm 971.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
You're
About
like,
to rip and rip.
like, what the hell?
The thermal's a whole different world.
What's
I mean,
your
it's
farthest you've taken one down at?
my farthest shot that I know I specifically killed was like 580 something.
Yards?
Darren's all into that shooting the
Yeah.
gun stuff, buddy.
Darren and I together hit one at 602, I think it was. But I still feel he hit it.
Okay.
But we both shot. But I'm pretty confident he
That
got
that
it.
one was 8 something, and I
yeah.
think he hit the thing.
Yeah, he hit one at, I think it was 815.
That's
Yeah,
gotta
it
be,
was
that's
one-
a half a mile.
It
That's
was-
a half a mile.
Yeah, it was a pair. We had called in a pair and
Killed the one.
got to one, and the second one ran out, missed it. It kept running, and his thermal was still, he was getting a reading in his ballistic chart. And I was like, I ain't even trying. He pulled one off, and he's like, I think I hit it.
I think it hit in the ass or
Yeah.
something. It spun
It
around
spun
a couple
around few
times for
times,
sure.
And they normally don't just spin around.
Yeah.
So
That's wild.
it was way the hell out there.
That's wild.
But we didn't confirm all that until the next day when he was pulling his videos off his scope. He's like, he started texting me. He's like, I think I hit that son of a bitch last night.
And I think Joel was saying you guys have a way of like once you pull the trigger, it puts a dot, or is there like a laser or something?
Oh no, we just got lasers attached to our gun.
No, but their video capability, whenever they squeeze the trigger, backs up 10 or 15 seconds
RAV.
or whatever. What is it?
RAV.
RAV.
Recoil activated video.
Recoil activated video. That's cool.
So
That's
you
cool.
don't even have to worry about hitting
Yeah.
record on your scope.
That's
You just-
awesome.
You shoot, it'll back up 20, 30 seconds. I think there's different settings.
Yeah.
And then it'll record 20, 30 seconds beyond
That's cool.
shooting.
Maybe I misunderstood. Is there a way, like, say you shoot a coyote, it falls dead, and it's at night? If you guys
Mark
just
it.
mark it, how does it?
$20 Amazon lasers.
Oh, you're just using
mount-
a laser.
Yeah,
and I
I got
got
it
you.
mounted.
I
Just a little
gotcha.
green laser.
Now I'm with you. Okay,
Got
it
it
just
mounted
is-
on my gun.
I'm
and
with you.
Then you just put the scope on it
Yep.
where it last was, or if you can see it laying out in the field in the dark.
Yep.
And then just reach up and hit that laser.
Now
And then point it.
I'm sure the distance makes a difference, but like I was amazed when Joel said that you guys were just staying out in the middle of fields. I mean, I was thinking about like, oh man, you got to have a backdrop. You're in the, and you talked
and
about
then-
being early on doing that.
Yeah, that's what I thought early on.
So
Got to have a backdrop. But so many times guys would come in behind you and howl in your back pocket and just scare the shit out of you.
yeah,
and bust you.
right,
You never kill them.
right. So
No.
I mean, is there a certain a coyote eventually sees you, right? I mean, are you within 50, 100 yards? Are they seeing you stand out there in the open, or
Yeah.
yeah?
But they're not accustomed to humans being
So they're
out,
not.
in the
at
middle of
night.
the field.
That's a
in the
stub
middle
of a
the night.
tree,
Yeah.
or it's a guy
I
with a
mean,
gun.
They see you.
Yeah,
And I've had them literally run within feet by me
really.
back in the early days when I was like the only one around here doing this stuff.
Yeah,
And I've had them run by me. Brad Stengel, I don't know if you know Brad.
Yep.
I got Brad hooked on it. And he didn't have a gun one night. He's just out with me. And he had a pair of night vision binoculars, and he watched what happened. I think we had 7 or 8 coyotes come in, and they were literally circling us like sharks. My IR light battery had died right in the middle of the stand. So I'm trying to change my IR battery because I was shooting night vision at the time. And I'm in the dark, complete dark. I could hear him running around us, and I'm trying to get this battery changed. You know, and Brad's watching, calling it play by play. He's like, holy shit, they're within 10 feet. You know, and he's just
they're
watching.
that close.
Oh, yeah, they're all around us. The collar wasn't no further than across the kitchen. And they're just circling us. And finally, I get my battery changed and everything fired back up. And as soon as I look in the scope, I see 2 coyotes, one going this way, one going that way. And I just picked one that ran out there, stopped, and I was shooting unsuppressed at the time and pulled the trigger and killed the coyote, and that was it. It was done.
They were all gone.
Yeah, they were all gone. That unsuppressed at night is loud.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a trip.
Brad's seen that. He's like, holy shit, I'm getting a gun. I'm getting a scope.
Yeah.
This looks fun. So
just like
we killed a lot of coyotes together after that.
What year was that?
Ah, man.
You have to guess. Just a guess.
I guess in 16, 17.
Do you think they were
10 years ago?
They're circling because there just wasn't that much pressure. They felt confident to be able to do that.
They never heard anything like that.
Oh man, that's kind of eerie. I know they're not like wolves or anything. That's still eerie though. Yeah. You're staying in the dark and you got 8-10 coyotes at 10 feet circling you.
We was the only ones out there doing this stuff.
That's wild. That's wild.
Now it's like a whole different world because there's so many people in the area with thermal scopes and callers and out calling them, and now you got contests all over the place. So they get pressured. And when they get pressured, they get harder than hell to kill.
Now, is it okay to talk about like, can we talk about like, are you ever paid to go somewhere to like somebody says, I got a ton of coyotes, JD, I'd like to pay you to kill coyotes on my farm. Does that ever happen? Like from a standpoint?
No.
Or is it just like go kill the coyotes?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just looking for access. Because I'm making money off of the
everything else.
The sounds, the content. Yeah.
So let me ask him real quick. So if I want to, I told you I bought a few sounds off some audio. So can you still go to BFA and buy sounds, or you cannot do that now with the FoxPro thing?
You can.
You can.
Yeah,
okay.
But
proprietary sounds to FoxPro, right? They're different. You're not going to get the same that you supplied to FoxPro and BFA.
Right, they're different.
Yep.
Different sounds. 2 different companies.
Yep.
Yeah, I just happen to be the source for recording
for both
companies.
Yep.
BFA is now FoxPro only though, encrypted.
Yeah, so, that was my so something with a FoxPro call. They've done something that you can only use.
That's smart.
That sound.
Your sounds.
Proprietary.
And that's big.
That's smart on their part.
Yeah.
Especially when they got JD doing it.
It's common practice, and all the call companies have proprietary encryptions so that their library is all that will play, or their library will only play on their callers, their line of callers. But all callers are open to MP3 and WAV files.
Gotcha.
So that you can create your own sounds at home.
Yeah.
And put on your caller in a WAV or MP3 file.
When you're making sounds, are you taking the coyotes to your, like Apollo, or are you taking them to a certain area? Are you moving them, or is it just right there in the cages?
I'm moving them.
You're moving them?
I work with them. Each one has I get a different setups, situations to get them to perform and produce what I want to perform.
He's the director, essentially, and the producer. So
and go.
Action. I'm curious from like what we're doing here at the podcast. I mean, do you have like a pen with microphones attached? I mean, how does
you got speaker or
microphone? I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, you can't go too far into that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sorry. I wasn't trying to I'm imagining this like JD standing around with action.
Apollo, take one.
Yeah.
Go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry or anything.
Fine.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
do that.
But
I
there's
didn't
only
think that
like
was...
four of us in the whole country.
Gotcha.
That's
Yep.
enough.
So do you...
that's enough.
No, perfect. I'm with you. So you're killing... How many coyotes do you think you're killing a year?
I've never counted. I've never cared to count.
Yeah.
Brad and I hunted together. Brad always tracked everything and counted everything. And for years, we'd kill about 200 coyotes a year.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
We need to go down to, I said, my dad in Alabama. So whenever I was just down there and my stepbrother, Joe, was there, and he has a guy that's into it big time. And he is at 100 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's April the 19th.
He's at 100
Wow.
right now. And I said, there must not be a lot of people doing it down here. And he says, no, nobody coyote hunts around here.
Tell him to cherish that.
Yes.
Because it's coming.
Yeah.
And I think last year he was like 275, and he said he's just trying to beat that. So,
Yeah.
he was at 100 this year so far.
So what are you doing with the coyotes after you discard them, you skin them, you pelting them out?
Some of them I'll skin out.
Just depends on what they
Same
are.
thing I do. If it's a good looking, pretty one.
Yeah.
Skin it out.
Yeah.
Most of our coyotes are scroungy, scraggly looking.
Yeah.
Somebody buys my farm later on down the road and starts digging around. They're going, shit.
They're going to think it's an Indian burial ground.
This must have been where the Indians buried all their pet dogs.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of coyotes buried on the farm.
Yeah, I can see JD out there digging the weekly hole.
They're going to be calling in the FBI or something on that
Something's
property.
not right here. Something's not right. That's funny.
I'm on my third hole now.
Gotcha. Wow.
In 5 years. And each one will hold probably 100 coyotes.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
So
what is the price for? Is it anything?
Maybe $15-$20.
We've talked about this a little bit, Joel. What was the peak? What was the height of?
Coyotes, 80s. I don't know if coyotes was ever big.
They were ever big.
Yeah. Now Western coyotes boom or
because of what they look like versus what
must be.
They got a different.
Oh yeah, they're underbellies on a coyote. You got pink. Ours are pink.
Okay.
They don't want pink.
Okay.
That means thin, not a whole lot of guard hairs in them underbellies. So you got a good solid, and the underbellies is like between the legs even. You open them up, if it's all pink, but if it ain't worth shit. If it's fully furred, the guard hairs on the backside are going to be fully furred. It's going to be a good coyote. Just peel out and skin.
Yeah.
Or sell.
That's just like the bobcats, though. I mean, the Western bobcats are like $800 to $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
$850, $1,000, $1,100 a piece, or Western bobcats.
Wow. I saw. Well, let me ask this question real quick. Talking about kind of the pelts and things. Other than weight, is there anything trophy about a coyote, like canine, paw size?
He does have some good skulls, man. Big old.
I mean, is there something that you particularly are like, that's a trophy to me?
Yeah.
Their tail.
The
color. Oops, sorry.
Nope, you're good.
The tip of their tail. We call them 2 pointers.
Okay.
If the tip of the tail is white versus black.
Okay.
They're normally black. But every now and then you'll kill one.
Oh, I'm gonna start going back and look at some I got on pictures now.
That's a 2-pointer.
That's a 2-pointer.
Called a 2-pointer. There's no like measuring system in the coyote world. You know, like with turkey, you got spurs and
look at the nuts on that thing.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest set of balls I've ever seen.
Like a squirrel in a tree.
Get my micrometers measuring. Chris, do you mind looking up in Ohio what % of coyotes are 2-point?
2-pointers.
2-pointers with the white tip tail? Is that kind of the way to ask it?
I shot one, the best I've ever seen.
And what causes it?
Damn near half his tail was white. Cool ass looking coyote.
Oh, that's definitely one you want to skin out then. Tan.
Ever seen a albino coyote? Is that such a thing? Yeah.
LBL. It was white. I don't know if it was albino technically.
Yeah.
Because coyotes, there's quite a few color phases.
Is there a lot of black ones?
There's
I
some.
see a few people post them.
And see, that's where, down in the Carolinas, down in Florida, down in the southern
That's
states.
the pictures
you'll
are
see
from
a
the
lot of those
Carolinas, the black
coyotes.
ones.
And there's guys that kill a black coyote that kill so many black coyotes when they shoot a normal looking coyote like ours. They're like, oh shit, I got a normal one, And
That's a trophy. Yeah.
I've never killed a black coyote. I've never. Had one coyote on the property when I was daytime calling that wasn't black, but it had a white face and a lot of black on him. Mm-hmm. That was a unique looking coyote. Never did kill it.
Yeah,
but
I'll occasionally get some that look like a big red fox. They're more red fox looking, real reddish or whatever.
I've killed quite a few of those.
More that way versus in blondes.
Yeah. Blondes.
Call them like a cinnamon coon.
Yeah,
but in the coyote, phase, body, whatever. I had a beautiful male and female pair that were that blonde cinnamon color, and I had them in the freezer, and I was going to do both of them full body mount until I started calling around getting prices. It's like, gee, many Christmas.
How much is a full body on a coyote?
It was going to be over $2,000.
$1,000 each.
Too. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like we've talked, or the turkeys. I mean,
oh God, you can't. First of all, you can't find anybody that even wants to do it. If you do, it's what do you think it is costing right now for a turkey mount?
$1,200 to $1,500, I would say, somewhere around that ballpark.
Jeez.
It's because Rick was, he says if I charge what I have in a deer, they're so time consuming because they're so greasy and so just
feathers.
I have a friend on Facebook that he started doing in a picture frame, the fans with the spurs, and I think that looks nice.
That is,
I know it's kind of once again.
That's got to be time consuming, doesn't it? Where all those individual feathers and that whole thing
I think he
laid out.
charges maybe $250 for that, which I don't think's horrible.
That's
that ain't bad
that's
at
framed in the glass.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe when we take a quick break, I'll take a look at that and look it up because I maybe like to give him a shout out too. So, very cool. The saw a picture on your Instagram of bobcat, coyote. So I didn't. Did you go?
What was that now? I heard him saying something. I was like,
you got an answer, Chris? Switch your camera.
I do.
Okay.
But I also, as I was looking at that, JD was talking and then forgot to switch back to the main camera during that last 2 minutes of conversation.
That's okay.
It might just be JD for 2 minutes just listening.
Kind of getting out. It's good. Go ahead.
The white and black tipped tails, it's just if it produces the pigment there or not. Some of them have more.
It's just genetics.
Just genetic.
Yeah, just a genetic thing. And that's just like we have very, very few double bearded. Do you kill double bearded turkeys? Yeah, and Kentucky, where Game Trails was down there in Kentucky, they were all double and triple bearded and everything.
Yeah.
And there's I've never killed a double bearded. Now I have several hens with 8-9 inch beards.
Really?
Yes.
Now, are you allowed to kill a hen with a beard?
Yes, you are.
You are?
I wonder if
spring? In spring, you're allowed to kill a hen with a beard.
It's just called a bearded turkey.
Okay.
So another question to look up is, so if it's a hermaphrodite with a beard hen, does she go sit on eggs?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I've always told no.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
So will a bearded hen
sit on a nest? Will she nest?
Will she nest? Will she have? Yep.
Because I've passed up 2 or 3 bearded
I have
hens.
too. I've had a couple good ones.
Even if they don't nest, I still have no desire to shoot a bearded hen.
Yeah, same here.
That Tom's got a lot of good eating on him.
Yeah.
Compared to her.
Right. Yep.
We're getting there.
Okay. Did they give a percentage on the white versus? Then it couldn't give anything. I didn't know if it was probably a 1 in 50 for you or 1 in 100. Does it seem?
Nah, it's a little more common.
A little bit more common than that.
Yeah.
But another thing to throw in on top of the coyotes and the coons is birds. We have a plethora of eagles now.
Yeah.
And I mean, last
Another predator.
Last year, 2 different sets. There'd be 3 gobblers, 2 gobblers out in the field. And, you think, man, is my calling that bad? They just run off the field, and then they're back out there. And then all of a sudden you look up and they see that son of a bitch in the sky, and they're gone. They run off the field.
They probably are just like, even if it's a hawk or anything, any big bird in the air, they're probably equating it to get back in the woods.
And I do not know really what this would be, but 2 years ago, I was on a farm walking across the field one morning, and I saw a bird laying there dead in the field, and it was decapitated. It was a hen. Her head was off, and she's just laying there untouched.
That's
and
weird.
Somebody said that was could be was an owl.
Owl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably
really?
a great horned owl.
Gotcha.
I don't know how many coyotes I've shot turkey hunting in the spring. Turkey hunting.
Yeah.
You have?
Oh yeah, I've shot a
Because
lot.
they come to the calls.
I've one that stands out. 11:30 in the afternoon. Set up real quick. Started calling. Coyote comes running out of the woods and covered 200 yards across an open bean field to get to my decoy, and killed it.
So like feeding pups or whatever,
Yeah.
probably, right?
Yeah, they just like keying in on those fawns. Those hen yapping.
Yeah. I got
gobbling.
freaking yapping ass kids here that are hungry.
Yeah.
What'd you come up with, Chris? Can they nest or?
There probably might not even be an answer to that.
A bearded hen is still a hen, so she'll nest.
She will nest.
I
That's
would-
what it says.
I would say so.
Gotcha. You guys want to take a quick 5
we'll take a
minute
break.
Yeah. Okay. We're back. Chris, I typed in a question. We were talking about raccoon. We had touched on this the last episode or 2 episodes, just kind of a sidebar again. Raccoons have, I think, increased in Ohio. I saw a post like 5 times in the last 5 years, and the decline of turkeys. And then I asked a question, Chris, what did it kind of say about raccoons versus the decline of turkey?
Definitely says that they're a part of the problem, but it's not giving an
Yeah, I mean, it's not,
not giving
the
you the
only
answer.
problem.
Yeah.
But it's just part of a big problem.
it's a part of the problem, but then you have poor habitation, fragmentation, weather during nesting.
No CRP, no wood lines anymore. We've discussed this a couple times.
The biologists are big on habitat.
JD did talk about that, but I will say over to the east part of the county, all of my farms were CRP. Then, 15 years ago, they were all CRP, and the turkeys were out the ass. I mean, they would be birds roosted in the morning on fence rows in the middle of the fields, like on a fence row.
I had a friend.
So many of them.
Yeah.
I had a friend that one of the last big CRP fields around here up by down 33, right off 33. And it was about 6-7 years ago when they took it out of CRP, and when he was mowing, it was like in springtime, and he's like, there was nest, and it was like one of the last CRP fields in the area. So it goes to show how big of an effect. I mean, it's almost like he kind of hoarded all the nests, and they were turning the tillable, and now that's, so it probably makes it hard for him to be on the edge of the CRP.
We talked about this. Does a hen seek to go nest in a CRP field? I mean, he said he would bumble across nest in the middle of the woods back then.
I know.
15 and 20 years ago.
I gotta think they're somewhat instinctual, that they gotta think a little bit through that, right? Like,
like my nest got destroyed here 2 years in a row, so I think I'm gonna try to, or it got underwater, or it got, because they got a nest in the Miami River bottoms, and then freaking spring flood wipes them all out and everything.
God,
And
you think they'd be smart enough not to just put it in the middle of a freaking woods? That it's like what?
But we talked about the booming places are Michigan and Wisconsin. Them 2 places are turkeys out the ass, and that's the cold springs. They have to because a bird. Number one, it's I think. In 12 days, they can fly up they can get up on a little limb.
Really?
At 12 days old.
12 days.
And I think roughly that 12 days for the fur to become a feather.
Gotcha.
And during that fur stage, if they get cold, they're dead.
Yeah.
During the fur stage.
It was, I think, the last episode, JD, I literally saw a Moultrie. It was actually, I think, a Moultrie, or not Moultrie, Tacticam advertisement. They had a camera over a hen that was in the woods, and that raccoon come wobbling up, and the hen kind of fought with him a little bit, and then that raccoon just went to that nest and absolutely destroyed it. And I'm like, bitch.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
So,
and possums. I think possums are bad too.
did you guys
Skunks?
Did you guys see that
snakes.
whole thing going around about possums and ticks and how that's? We can look it up real quick and see what it says, but I think that's a myth. They said that they do not eat ticks, and they are not the controllers of ticks, and that's a myth. That is a complete bullshit myth.
Like one possum was supposed to eat like 10,000 ticks or something.
I think that now they may eat ticks, but it's not like what they've been promoting, because they're like, don't kill a possum, don't. Yeah, so Chris, can you see if they're? You already got it?
I'm looking right now.
Well, okay.
So I look at it as a turkey, you know, is going to eat a tick.
Yes.
And the possum's going to eat the turkey's eggs.
Right.
So let's get rid of the possums.
Yeah, 100%.
So that more turkeys survive. To eat more ticks.
I mean, a turkey's probably like a chicken, right? They're just walking around pecking the ground.
Because they kind of, I'm seeing that Lyme disease is kind of going through the roof in Ohio right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked out onto the new property. Chris and I went out, and between the two of us, we were out there 45 minutes. Between out there and on the drive home, I bet we pulled 25 ticks off of between the two of us. 25.
A lot of grass.
Yeah, a lot of it's actually CRP. There's about 15 acres of CRP. And I mean, I took my shoes off at home, and they just kept coming up my legs. They're like coming out my socks and stuff. I'm like, I've never seen this many ticks.
The last coyote I caught, it was full. Like it was a beautiful one, and I was gonna skin it. And while I was hanging there, ticks were just crawling off of it.
Wow.
Yeah, they're tick infested, lice infested. I've shot them in the summer and left them in the back of the truck. You know, go in, go to bed, get up next day, come out, and on their muzzle, in their ears, and their face. I mean, they're just they look like little sesame seeds off of a Big Mac sandwich. Piles of them.
That's the lice.
Lice.
Oh my gosh.
Piles of them will be, just crawling off their face and the heads, and
because they're
disgusting.
Do you have like a protocol? Anything on the possum thing, or are we?
Yeah, they may occasionally eat them.
Yes,
it's not.
I'm telling you, it's like they've been blowing it up online. Like that is lies. And I mean, once again, they may occasionally eat them, but it's no 10,000. Yeah.
PETA probably started that shit.
We may be ugly, but don't hurt us. We eat ticks. That's I've
also watched them crawl out of a dead cow's ass.
Yeah. Always ass first.
Yeah.
So the other people that want them dead is horse people hate them.
Yeah.
Why is that? Just
they carry a lot of disease
because their urine, they urinate on the hay and alfalfa, and the urine is toxic and will kill a horse.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yep. So there's definitely more reasons to kill a possum.
Yeah.
We can rely on buzzards to eat dead shit.
That's right.
Not the possums.
That's right.
We got enough of them.
Huh?
Yeah.
We got enough buzzards.
How about the
and the blackheads?
They're
aggressive.
They were never around here, and now about the last 4 or 5 years, the purple-headed ones, and the tips of their beak goes down.
Okay,
and I was on that marker farm, a few years ago, and when I still had it, and there would be a dead tree with them in it, and you would like walk under that tree, and they would just like look at you and not even move or fly or whatever.
Yeah,
they're just kind of creepy.
They're like a buzzard, but they're a different breed.
And then on to whenever the deer farm was next to you, and there would be breeding pens down there, they would kill fawns.
Really?
Yes, they would seek and kill animals.
What are they called? What is it?
They're like them black or purple-headed buzzards.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
They seem to be a little smaller, and if you drive by something dead, and they kind of like move and bounce around real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little different than the red-headed turkey
redheads,
buzzard.
They fly before you
Yes.
get to them.
Yeah.
Those blacks will just
These
stay
are-
on it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, jumping subjects, or kind of getting back in the coyote talk. Do you do any type of trapping at all for coyotes, or just strictly hunting?
I used to do a lot of trapping.
Do a lot of trapping?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, no.
Just more, yeah. Because I mean, that's taken up. It's a lot of time either way. It's almost like you got to pick one
I'll
or the
set
other.
a few here and there just to rekindle,
Yeah.
because it's fun.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah,
Right.
trapping them is fun.
Joel likes to call it Christmas morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You got a trap line set. Yeah. But knowing you got a coyote to step on a 2-inch circle.
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty
just
cool.
Rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to talk about the we have, I think, hit on it, the red light and everything. The whenever I was trapping and running cameras on the traps and everything, and I didn't, my Tacticams that I had were infrared.
Yeah.
And and there were times that if there was the set, I might have had the camera right there, and then I started diving in and reading on it and everything, and they can see,
They don't like
basically
that.
they do not like that. They can see the red on that camera.
Coyotes can see that red light.
Oh, they see the IR bulb on
Yeah, they see the IR bulb, the infrared.
Gotcha. Interesting.
So then I started putting the camera, like from the refrigerator, whatever the limit was. Then I would try to keep them real far away.
Yep. I took up. We went, and when we were out on the new property, and I was with my dad and Chris, and we were looking at the mineral site, and within a week they're hitting it already. I don't have anything on it. Dad's like, why is the tree so trimmed up so high? It's about 10 yards back or so. I said, well, I'm Joel Snow method. We're going up. We're going, from because the deer are starting to, like Joel said, coyotes, deer, it's almost like they're correlating cameras with danger.
Yeah.
So it's now like we're going up, right?
Yeah.
Or Joel's probably been doing it for however long, but I took that trick from him,
The
and I think
problem
it's a
is
great tip.
it wasn't such a big thing in the beginning, but now there's cameras on every single property.
Yeah.
And if they have bad interaction with a camera on a farm, you just try and
Makes
try,
sense.
whenever you're trying to kill them, I just try to make it so if I think their travels that way, that they're not looking right at it as they're.
Yep.
You hear story after story from hunters of they know that thing's there,
heck yeah.
and they will go right around it.
Oh, there's a YouTube compilation. I forget however you say that word. Compilation of deer walking and seeing the camera and jumping, and then so it's like deer are starting to associate camera with danger. So
Thane and I were filming years ago, and we was in the bottom. Didn't have a camera set up in there, so I took a camera in that evening, afternoon hunt. We're set up on a food plot. Tree stands over here. We come in, and I went around the backside of that food plot, and from the backside of the tree, strapped a trail camera on before I got up in the tree stand. Hook everything up, get it turned on. I back out and around out of that plot, up the tree I go. We're sitting there. Deer are starting to move. This buck comes out. He's a good 3-year-old, but I wasn't going to shoot him.
Yep.
And he's going right straight at us across the food plot. And he gets right in line with that trail camera I just hung 2 hours previous.
Yep.
He's walking along, and he just immediately stopped and looked right straight over at that trail camera. Wind was not in his favor. He didn't smell it.
right.
He either heard mechanical something inside that camera or an electrical something field from the camera. It wasn't a cell camera. And he immediately stopped, looked right at it, walked right over to it. And we got pictures and things running the camera, videoing him do this. Noses to it. He backs right out and walks straight on through the food plot.
Yeah.
And never got a picture of that deer in that plot ever again.
Just not part of their habitat, right?
Yeah.
God, I used
But
to.
he nailed that camera.
Yeah.
Like
it's
right
unbelievable.
now, I used to have those black Moultries that look like a car hood you almost fucking lifted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And those things, I mean, it was like car and the headlights coming at you. They would be like,
Yeah. Lighten up.
I mean, it was like, that had to freak a deer out.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yep.
No, I kind of going back in the trap. I just wanted to know from having captive coyotes. Do you do anything with like? Have you ever thought about doing anything with like their urine or capturing any type of from a scent standpoint?
There's so many people that probably do that and everything.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
Gotcha.
I feed mine dog food.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting ready to ask you that.
Yeah.
So
the
that's
urine, those guys are
not the
straight
same.
protein. You know,
Yeah, they're
meat,
selling
meat.
Yeah.
That's never even would have processed that or thought
Yeah.
that. Good
Yeah.
point.
I would buy, whenever I sold stuff alive, I would buy cases of turkey necks or whatever. I think you can buy like a whole case of frozen turkey necks for like nothing.
And then feed them
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought.
Never even went across my mind to think about their diet versus the scent.
Yeah.
The can I ask, like, if you have a litter, will you end up selling that litter or keeping some of them or keeping them all or
All of them.
all of them?
I'm greedy.
Greedy. Have you ever sold
That's
coyotes?
money. I mean, that's my herd. That's
He
my-
probably has to have a propagation license to sell them or something.
Yeah, I got the commercial.
Oh, do you do?
Yeah, I
Yep.
can buy, sell, barter. Oh, what the hell's barter?
Trade? I'm assuming that means just trade. You're
Well,
allowed to
trade's
trade?
in there too. Buy,
Oh.
sell, trade, barter.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know
then.
what the hell.
Yeah.
You want to look that up, Chris?
Yeah. What's the definition of barter?
Buy, sell, try. I thought
always thought it
trade
was-
and barter was one and the same.
I thought
kind
it
of
was
thought.
one and the same.
But yeah, commercially, it's got to be breeder to breeder.
Gotcha.
License to license.
Yep. Can I ask how much a coyote pup or coyote sells for?
I used to pay $100 a piece, and then I've
Really?
seen them.
That cheap?
I
I thought it'd been a lot more.
I've seen. Well, this guy that I was buying them from had hundreds of coyotes
Oh.
because he did.
My friend
Collect urine
in
for
the
the trapping
Carolinas
industry.
said he said we were selling them for $100.
Yeah.
Is what he said. That's what Tracy said.
But now it's
Oh yeah, that's right.
Said that
Yes.
we said we would sell them. We were selling them for $100 like last year or
Yep.
something like
Pups.
that. He said yes,
Yep.
or just even adults caught in traps. They were selling for $100.
they can do that there.
Yes. I think he had the proper stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
But
I know
so
some states they don't regulate it. You can do whatever
Right.
the hell you
do you
want. with
know? Do you remember? I think I used to sell coyotes to old Joe Leatherman. You remember that guy? He had a fenced-in enclosure at the lake.
it. Oh,
Joe Leatherman. You have to know where it is. If you're at RV wholesalers
Yep.
or whatever, and then you cut that one road that's just outside of town and drive towards the lake,
Okay.
there's
Yep.
like a woods right there on the left.
Yep.
I think it's a fenced-in woods.
It is.
Yep, that
What-
was him. Joe, that's who I sold coyotes to.
What was he doing with them?
I think running them with
Training
dogs or
dogs.
something, training dogs.
Oh. Yeah, I always wondered why that it's a pretty good sized woods too. I always
Yes.
wondered why it had a big nice fence around it.
Yep.
It's got pine trees on
Yes,
the on
pine
the,
trees on the border
on the
or whatever.
border from the
Yep.
33. Yep.
Yep, Joe Leatherman. Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
Don't, I mean, he was old
Yeah.
long time ago. So
Right.
it's, yeah.
Right. Did I finish the question about the bobcats I saw on your Instagram? I
Yeah,
swear
you asked and he was puzzled.
am I crazy? I was on your or there was something. There was something on your
one I killed.
I think it was they were laying on a
Kansas.
truck bed or a truck it
Tree
was like
trunk on a tree.
yes, there
That
was,
was the one I killed in Kansas a
okay.
couple years ago.
That's what I was going to ask is
Yeah.
where did that happen or was that the same
Kansas.
kind of calling? I
Yeah, you
was
see them calling?
Huh?
Calling? You can call a bobcat in?
Oh hell yeah.
No shit. Cool.
Yeah.
has it happened yet around here for you?
There's been a couple things I've called in that we couldn't 100% identify. That we thought look kind of moved like a bobcat.
Yeah.
Because I think that
Now in eastern part of Ohio, we've called in several cats that are 100%. That's a damn bobcat.
Yeah. Wow.
Come into the collar and they'll just sit down.
they'll
Sit there
just
and
plop
look around.
down.
Yeah, look.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that picture and I'm like, surely that's not around here. So that was from Kansas.
Kansas.
Okay.
I've killed them in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona.
Yeah, I think I mean, we've kind of talked about this. I think 5 years from now,
They're coming.
It's going to be a problem.
They're coming.
It's going to be a problem.
Need to open in the southeast part of our state.
So you're not. I think I've asked Joel this. You are not allowed to kill a bobcat right now in Ohio. Even if you see them, we have nothing for them.
They're protected.
Yeah,
they're protected.
Protected. They're not.
That's like
There's two different. There's protected, and then there's
endangered. I mean, it's,
endangered.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
They're just protected.
Protected and endangered.
That's like letting a wolf in the chicken den. I feel like that's just a problem. We let that go. That's going to become a big problem for
the cats. Yeah,
that's.
I know guys on that side of Ohio that are calling them in left and right. They said,
are they really?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
On eastern side of Ohio?
Call them in all.
Probably
the time.
in southeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang it.
They're coming.
I
They're
mean,
coming.
you
I
think-
mean, if people were seeing a few here and there, it's only a matter of time.
I mean, you take, we got a little neighborhood cat named Ralph. He brings up bunnies, squirrels, mice, moles, birds. Now you take and do a bobcat, and they're gonna.
Cats are the biggest hunter that there is out there.
Yeah,
You
they're
ever
gonna
seen any of the
demolish a
bobcat videos like on YouTube or
I have.
TikToks. The thing
They're hunters.
The squirrel can't even get away from them.
Yeah, it's gonna be an issue.
They'll go right up a tree.
That one, yeah. There was one that went up a tree and down the tree and got the squirrel before he got up and down. And then the rabbit on the golf course, that video, that one, got a rabbit hopping around on the fairway, and this cat's working up to the sand trap, and they just, like a bullet out of nowhere, nailed that rabbit and walked off the course with him. Some bitches are proficient killers now.
I was in West Virginia turkey hunting, and it was coming, working the decoy, and if you like saw it, and then if you took your eyes off of it and looked back, you couldn't find them.
Yeah,
like that's how much they just blend in or whatever. I mean, it was weird.
Yeah,
like you had to really work and find them again, and then
right.
He was coming through them May apples and was just slinking in on that decoy. Yeah.
So JD, from somebody that is starting or wanting to start hunting coyotes, I mean, can you talk a little bit about your setup or kind of the couple tips that this is going to help you a lot and what I've learned, I wish I knew type of thing? I mean, can you gun setup, maybe your equipment setup, and then a couple tips?
You can't overgun, overkill them. Dead's dead. That's why 6mm are king in my eyes now for coyotes at night. Your 22 calibers, 250, 22 Nosler, they're killers, 300, maybe 350. And then your 6mm are going to stretch that out a little bit further. So don't undergun yourself. Get a 243, get a 6 Creedmoor. Don't sell yourself short on equipment either. Buy once, cry once.
Yep.
Get a good collar, get a good scope, get a good tripod. Because your tripod is where it's all at. It's your stability.
That's what Joel was saying.
Once I dove down the wormhole of the tripod and the fluid head, he's letting me use his 2 vets right now, and that's whole just
there.
Yeah,
I think that's what you said your biggest noticeability was between what you had and then using JD's. It was like.
Well, when Darren came over and shot, you're just rock solid with that.
It goes all the way down to the trigger. Like in my gun, I've got a Timney, and there's no pull to it, like an AR. You're pulling that trigger. This is breaking as soon as you put.
It's almost like you accidentally you're aiming, and oh shit, and it goes off.
I've had people standing at my gun, and me calling for them using my gun, and them shooting way before time to shoot. Like, what the hell? Oh, I didn't stick my finger in there.
I just sneezed.
I breathed on it.
Yeah. So, and people are like, why in the hell would you have your trigger like that? It's just, it makes you a better shot.
Well, I've seen your videos, and
torquing anything.
Yes, I saw your videos and what you're aiming your pin and how far out. I mean, it's almost got to be able to just scare you almost.
Yeah.
That's how accurate you want it, right? Yep.
Yeah, and there's been times
if you're off that much at 100, I mean 600, you're
off 3 feet.
Yeah. So, go with good equipment because you're going to invest a lot of time just getting into this. It's addicting, especially once you start killing coyotes. I mean, you might as well have the stuff to do it.
Yeah,
it's right stuff.
I mean, in my head, I was actually on my drive here, I was thinking if you want to hunt coyotes, get your billfold out. If you want to do it cheap, start trapping. That's where the effort
in the trapping nowadays.
I mean, I know I'm talking in perspective of equipment to go, hunting with thermals and all the calls and stuff versus trapping.
I was out of the trapping game for so long and really didn't even know what to buy as far as traps. And then once I dove in, got a couple, and then started researching and everything, and I was trapping through the winter, and I just, I needed good, strong 4-spring that went through the soil and went through and
held them.
Yeah, and held them, and I mean, good equipment.
Back when we started trapping, there was money in it that you could take and sell
and
put back
in trade off.
Hey, my wife does not need to be listening to this podcast on. Yeah.
Now it's just
pissing money away. Yeah, you're legitimately dumping money into a hole in your backyard.
Yeah. That's no shit. Yeah.
But I will say, from course, I got a good deal with somebody on my first thermal scope, but from going with you two is the thermal scope with the LRF, with the laser rangefinder inside of it is pretty huge.
When I first started, there were a few scopes that had the LRFs. It hadn't really come on yet. And then they started coming on. Everybody's like, oh, you got to have LRF. And I'm like, I'm 4 years into this. I haven't needed one. I don't need one now. Well, that's kind of reverted because, like I said, there's so many people out here doing it. The coyotes are getting more educated. They're harder to kill. And used to be our shots. My average shot was 100 yards or less. That's shit. A damn close chip shot nowadays.
Yeah.
We don't see that many coyotes at 100 yards and in anymore.
Wow.
Because they're so pressured. So now we got to shoot out there. So the LRF now is a damn near must.
And
now they've got ballistics in these scopes to where you put all your dope into the scope via an app on your phone, just put everything into there, and then go out in 100 yard. I can, with my setup now, off a tripod, I can hit a dime at 100 yards, which is pretty damn good with a thermal scope. That's how good they've gotten. And then you just add in your bullet weight, your bullet speed, your BC, pressure, and temperatures, things, all the information into that scope, and then using that LRF. You got a coyote that comes in, he's been called before, shot at before, he sits down at 450 yards out in that field thinking he's safe, and you get a range on him, and then those ballistics will give you a second reticle.
Yeah, so it moves the reticle to him.
Your holdover, and you put that second one on him and kill him.
Wow. That's what the LRF does.
Yes.
It's moving your sight.
Not all of them. Not all of them. You got to have the ballistics in the scope to go with the LRF in order to do that. But, like my scope I had prior to what I'm running now, which was an Envision XRF.
Okay.
Which had the rangefinder. I could at least know how far they were. So 650 yards. And if I spent a ass load of time shooting my rifle,
you knew to hold on his back or
where
whatever.
To hold over on that coyote and kind of adjust for the wind and whatnot. Now with the ballistics in these scopes,
it does it for you.
It does it for you. You zero your gun at 100 yards. You put all that information into the scope. The scope calculates everything, and when you range it, it's connected, and then it gives you that second.
So
That's like
holdover.
when you go out, do you put in 14 mile an hour west wind or something?
No,
you don't do that?
No.
Okay.
That's
I
more
didn't
of a
know.
feel.
Yeah.
Has that become more of a feel thing?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's
back to knowing your
right. That's damn near.
Will it be? Possibly. There might be something put onto a scope that adjusts wind speed that gives you your left-right hold.
That's I mean,
I
that's
think
almost,
it might be out there with Swarovskis.
It might.
that's almost
scopes.
like a computer on your gun.
Yeah.
That's not, that's
But the thing
a computer
is,
with a
if
scope.
if you're in the mountains hunting, I think does your phone have to be talking to the scope?
No,
No.
like with these thermals
Yeah,
now.
with
No,
the
it's
okay.
all in.
It's all
internal.
once it's there, it's there.
You just have the ability and the convenience of just going to your phone and putting all this stuff in your phone, which then is connected to the scope to change the information in that scope, rather than going into the scopes menu and doing it all.
So
Now you can do it from your phone.
another question. So what's your? I mean, Darren gave the opinion, the semi versus the bolt action. It seems like the semis can be a little bit pain in the ass problematic from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, jams.
Yes.
And accuracy.
So just like a bolt action, the old bolt action 20 gauge that people gun hunt with, the bolt actions are deadly accurate.
Yeah, they're accurate. But
Because
the
there's no
ARs
gas
now
escape, with the gas.
Nowadays, the ARs are pretty damn accurate rifles.
Yeah.
They've come a long ways. I mean, the 5.56s and 223s from, trying to think of one of the old DPMS or Panther or whoever the hell. They wasn't all that accurate of rifles. Now they're accurate. But you'll go, when I first started, I was running an AR semi-auto, because I'm calling 3-4 coyotes in at a time.
Yeah.
I'm the only one out doing it. It was fun because I'd call them in. As soon as they'd stop, I'd shoot the first one and then just unload on the others.
Spray the others.
Running, and kill quite a few of them as well. I went through a shit ton of ammo doing that.
Yeah.
And unsuppressed at the time.
Wow.
Had a lot of visits from law enforcement.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, 30 rounds going off or whatever, unsuppressed. Yeah. So now I'm suppressed with a bolt gun.
I got to get a suppressor. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty quick now.
It is now.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it used to. I know, like my
wait
buddy
times.
Adam waited 9 months or something a couple 3-4 years ago, and now it's like
Now it's a day or so.
But I was looking.
that quick?
I think
Yeah,
over the day or two thing now is finding one in stock.
Yeah.
Like I think
'cause
there's
they're selling
out
out
of
so
stock, out of stock.
it's
kind
of like you just want to like suppress it. I mean, I got like a little 17 caliber BB gun. I kind of want to suppress it. Even once you start suppressing stuff, you just want to suppress it. It's cool.
I suppress a 22
Yeah, that's cool.
and shoot subsonics. Them coon, all you hear is a thud.
Really?
Bullet hitting a coon. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I annihilate coon on my property.
So, sounds like, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, but it sounds like if you have a certain budget, you want to put the money in the scope.
Yeah.
The gun can come later. The call's probably the second most important thing to the scope.
Yeah. I kind of.
Or vice versa.
The calls.
Probably
actually
the most important.
Yeah. That's
the
what
sound, the sounds.
and the sounds
Yeah,
that you're
the
playing.
call,
Yeah.
scope, then gun.
Yeah.
And then, so for some of the people who have never done it, like myself, then we're talking about, you have a modular handheld thermal.
and most of them have LRF in them as well anymore.
Yeah. Some of them have.
Laser
I'm
rangefinder.
not sure why they put them in them, but they do.
Yep, laser rangefinder. And then we're talking about, I'd even say a bad gun can probably be made up by a good trigger and a good tripod.
Yeah.
A bad gun could be made up by a good trigger and a good, So for anybody listening that's not wanting to spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, you're kind of stair-stepping what makes it better.
That's like in the daytime calling. I mean, all it took was a pair of shooting sticks and an old bolt action rifle.
Yep.
With a 3x9 scope
Right.
on it. you get into the night game, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. Your success is going to be based off of your equipment.
It is.
When's the last time you day hunted in Ohio?
Oh, shit.
Been a while?
Been a few years, yeah. Every now and then when we get a good snow in the wintertime, other than this past winter, because I made more excuses not to go, then I enjoyed getting into the woods with the shotgun with the fresh snow.
Yeah.
And try and call them in shotgun range.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
What was the conversations like with the game warden when they're coming, or the police when they're coming up on you when you weren't suppressed?
Luckily, I had a son that was a deputy.
Okay, so they
helped me
kind of
tremendously.
Yeah, because it would be alarming. You're sitting and you're in the country and pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. Darren just went through not too long ago. He went out by himself, and he was legit. He had permission, but the landowner's sister had called the law on him, and he's walking back to his truck with a gun and his stuff, and law enforcement pulls up to his truck, and then they see you with a weapon in the middle of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, they think you're there to assassinate somebody or something.
It's a hairy situation. So many times I'd be standing out in the middle of an open field and hear cars coming down the road and watch, and it's deputies pulling up on my vehicle, and the lights out shining all around my truck, and I'm out 100 yards out in the field. So I just leave my gun and set up there.
Yeah.
And just walk to the truck yelling the whole time, hey, I'm coyote hunting. And then, lights are on you. Most of the time, they're pretty chill. But if I'd have come walking up with
with your tripod and your gun, I mean,
it might have been a different story. They'd probably freaked out, rightfully so.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's all in how you
approach it.
But one of the better ones was I hunt with Aaron Lewis quite a lot. He and I...
Aaron Lewis from...
Stained.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was doing a show down around Dayton.
Yeah.
After the show, we went to do some coyote calling, and Xavier Winter and Billings, I can't remember his first name, they're taking us out. Hayden. We're over around Sydney area. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. We call some coyotes in. Hayden was the only one in the group that didn't have a suppressor on, and he shoots like 2 times. And before we could even get out and pick the coyotes up and bring them back, we had law enforcement on us, lights shining all over the field, like, holy shit. Well, he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm sitting 2 miles down the road. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and a gun goes off. He's like, so I'm immediately hauled over here. So that's one good thing about suppressors.
Woken from his nap.
Yeah,
woken from his nap. He's watching Netflix on his dash on his phone.
Boom. It was summertime.
The biggest thing I got out of wanting to go and everything was just the sounds and the how you go about the sounds and the, do you play this and then you got to wait so long before you play this, and you basically kind of roll from one sound to the other.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're out there and put 2 to 2 together that I just heard a rabbit and now there's a puppy distress. That doesn't make no sense at all.
Yeah.
Right. It's
all about tripping their trigger.
Yes, it's all about just tripping their trigger.
It's just like Joel with whitetails. You've built the feel. You've got the sense of what's happening in the area, the time of the year, the conditions. You're feeling it out as it's happening. Nothing's no sequence is gonna hit every time. It's a change.
I have found some sequences, and I usually call them recipes, will hit for a period of time, and then it'll just go dead. And that recipe might be certain howl, followed by another howl, followed by a prey distress, leading into the, this, that, and the other, where it's just like clicking, killing coyotes off of that recipe. And then it'll just end. and then it's going back fishing
for another one,
different
the right
sounds
lure
and different recipes of how you present those sounds to them.
Yeah.
Because some nights we'll go out, and if you throw a lone howl and then you throw a prey distress, you can kill coyotes. Okay, it's working. You go out next time, you throw that lone howl and that prey distress, it ain't working. You leave that lone howl out of the equation, just start with the prey distress, you might kill coyotes. Or, there's just so many different ways of laying those sounds out and presenting them to them, and then figuring out, once you think, okay, I've got this figured out.
Yeah.
They prove you, they humble you.
Right.
No, you don't, because we're not going to come to that anymore.
So don't pigeonhole yourself into thinking you got to do the same thing every time or whatever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Don't rabbit. Don't. There's so many guys that when they first get into this, they think just go out and play rabbit, and it works, but it don't work all the time.
Right.
And that's where those rabbit sounds will get burnt out and not work for anybody that tries to play rabbit. I've seen many times get out of the truck, coyotes 400 yards out in the field, think, okay, this is a slam dunk. He didn't hear us pull in. He didn't see us get set up. And you turn that collar on, no matter what. And it's like you just opened up firing at them. They turn and haul ass.
Really?
They've been called to before and shot at. So it's just
association. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just don't fall into a trap of thinking one specific thing does has results all the time, because I'm still constantly fishing around, playing sounds, trying to trip that trigger, and I'm trying to change their disposition. I want to piss them off.
Right.
Because pissed off coyotes are quicker stands, closer and shorter drags.
And the other thing was that, I think that we're going to go clear the hell over there on a walk or whatever. I mean, JD's best tip is they got 4 fucking legs. We only got 2.
Hell yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Let them come to us.
So, JD, I got just a couple more questions and we'll wrap up, unless Joel's got something he wants to throw in there. But from what you've been doing, I mean, your radius is probably an hour radius. I'm assuming, I'm just guessing that. But my question is more about the population of coyote, since you've been hitting it and been doing what you've been doing in our area or the area you hunt. What have you seen in the population of coyote? Is it up, down, the same? I mean, I know hunting them's harder, but like, are you seeing more or less, you think? Or are you doing, is it making a difference or is it not?
I'm going to say I really don't know. I think there's less.
You say that it seems like they're just appear every year. They just keep coming.
They keep coming back. But when I first started, there were coyotes howl here, when you throw a howl out there. I don't have as many vocal coyotes as what I used to. So that would tell me, okay, your population is probably lower. And I do think it is lower, because they used to have big areas to roam.
Yep.
And then when they first showed up, the more there got to be, the smaller those areas became.
Yep.
And now I think those areas have seemed to open back up.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of, I'm thinking.
Their territory's getting bigger because there might be less.
Yes.
Less competition.
Yeah. Because, it used to be, I hunted so much and knew the area so much. I know there's coyotes here, and they're going to howl right here. And now it's like, okay, they're not howling right here, but a mile down the road, they're howling.
Yeah.
I think they're opening up, getting bigger. So that tells me there's
could
less.
Could it get to the point that, just like any other animal, they know that there is no hunting down here, or there's no hunting over here?
Yeah. Or their nose is telling them that. No human.
It's like what you said, Joel. It's like the goblin. Maybe the idea of the goblin. They're adapting. They're learning. Maybe they're less vocal because they figured that after the more vocal they are, Jimmy dies.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, but here's the problem, like you guys said, depending on their size, right, of their group, you know, you're constantly fighting the battle of I killed 300 this year, but they're dropping 4 pups instead of 2. So it's a constant battle of are you ever gonna?
But they're tough.
We're
man.
never
you know,
gonna wipe them out.
Cockroach and coyote.
Yeah,
they say.
I mean, and I think I don't know if the idea is to wipe them out. It's like what you're doing is fantastic. It's just maintaining a healthy herd, right? We just need a good, healthy herd, and it's fantastic what you're doing. It's great.
It's fun.
Yeah, and fun.
It is. Yeah. But and the other thing I got out of it was is persistence. I mean, because there's more failure than success.
Yeah. Joel was talking. I think you guys.
I mean, there's more failure than success. You just the luxury of going here, and you eventually just hit one, and then
it takes a lot of property.
It does.
Yeah. 10 spots, one produces.
Yes.
You know,
you don't want to overcall. Mm-hmm. You know, I do see that out of a lot of new guys. You know,
he might not hit a place for a month or 2 or something. Yep.
Yeah, we rotate through all of our ground. We rotate what we do when we go back through our ground.
Yeah. Strategic.
It's methodical. We're methodically picking off coyotes.
That's cool.
Don't go to the same place and use the same calling ever for 3 days in a row or something like that.
No,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll call a place, the same place 2 nights in a row when I knew there were coyotes there.
Yeah.
They just wasn't responsive.
They weren't there
the first night.
Okay.
I know they're there. Maybe the second night they'll be responsive.
Yeah.
If they ain't responsive the second night, piss on them.
Yeah.
I'll come back and get them later. So
Did you ever go through a point where you were writing everything down? Like I was doing this call sequence. I did this. I did that. Did you go through that where you kept statistics or anything?
I never did. Brad did.
Did he?
You know, Brad and Darren does some to an extent.
Does he?
He's
Darren had a notebook pad with all of his gun shit wrote down and everything.
He's kind of tracking moon, what we're seeing with the moon and whatnot, and trying to put something to it. That's where I think AI eventually could help with this game, but it's going to take years of data
inputs. Yeah.
For it to even pull anything off of.
I mean, I try.
And it's AI is even going to say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
These things, there's no.
I try trapping wise to write everything down. And then there's days that I'm going 100 miles an hour and I ain't got time for that shit. And then I don't write nothing down.
Yeah, because you ain't getting nothing out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, everybody's like, when are the best nights to go? If you can go.
Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
My last question was, I thought this was interesting. Joel was talking about looking through the thermals and, you know, seeing what's happening at night. There's a lot of activity of everything, really, right? There's deer, there's
Ohio's ruts going on at night.
Yeah. So that was my question is kind of like, what all these years, what are you seeing? I mean, is there just a bunch of deer at night? Is there, you know, crazy things happening that people wouldn't believe? I mean, are you seeing foxes? Are you seeing?
We see a lot of fox. Coon out the ass everywhere.
Coon everywhere.
Yards.
And you swear it's a coyote at times, the way they move so fast across the field, and then they just are a little lower to the ground, and you're like, yeah, that's a coon.
Yeah.
Deer rut is happening more so at night than in the daytime in Ohio anymore. I mean, when we're out with thermals during rut.
A deer is not in a woods at night.
We're out in the open.
They're all out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all out in the open. If they are, they're like laying on the edge of the woods or something. But they are not in the tent. They're all out in the open.
I feel like, based on what you guys have seen, I feel like we're seeing 5 to 10% of animal activity, and the other 85% happen at night. 90%.
Everything's out at night.
I'm sure it's cool for you guys out there with your thermals. Just see it's like, oh my God, there's 6 deer over there. There's a fox. There's a rabbit, a raccoon,
the
2
best
coyotes
is
coming
you're in a bean field and the call lights up and the mice go. Them little fuckers go everywhere.
You can see mice in your
hell yeah
in your thermal. You're kidding. That is awesome.
Slow nights, we shoot mice. Gotta shoot something.
That's great. I love that.
And then I remember the one place there was like 5 bunny rabbits. You know, they're all just
Chasing
chasing
each
each
Yeah.
other, and you start lighting up calls, and the 5 bunny rabbits were gone.
They're like, oh hell no, we're out.
They were gone.
A coon. I mean, you could wipe some coon out
You could.
because you pull into a field, there might be 30 coon in that field.
Yeah, Joel was saying, well,
you
didn't you
do-
say like they'll bulldoze? I mean,
You
they're
just hit a howl,
coming.
a coyote howl, and they're running to the first tree they can get to and shooting.
And they're all up trees.
And all you gotta do is walk around and drop them.
Yeah.
Really?
You'll see spots up trees everywhere. Just
Yeah, coon sitting.
Oh my gosh. It's like you want to, why don't you guys start taking 2 guns? You get the little 22 at like
That's what he
25
did at
cent a
his house.
bullet.
Yeah.
That's what I do at my house.
Yeah, that's fun. That's
It's at my house. It's war on the coon.
JD versus the raccoons.
I
I
hate
like
them
that.
son of bitches.
Yeah.
They kill my chickens.
Yeah.
Eat the turkey eggs.
They're
so it's
invasive.
war.
They're invasive. I feel like that's kind of a lost art, that whole, you know, and I know Chris and Uncle Tom and Chuck, they, you know, they do
dogs.
it. You know, Chuck's getting older. That's just kind of a lost art anymore.
Yeah,
Nobody's
now they
really.
got this bill in the house. Did you see all that?
No.
No.
The farm bill
No.
where they're trying to do away with hunting with dogs and
No.
yeah. Well, it's of course you can't believe everything you see
Yeah,
online.
yeah.
But I've seen where they're trying to outlaw the use of dogs in hunting, and then I've seen where it's got to do with training dogs with live animals for hunting. Is in the new farm bill.
Oh yeah, that's people are making decisions that don't have any business
Yeah.
making decisions.
So if that that could affect guys running coon, because what do a lot of guys with coon? They catch coon.
A lot of
train a
people
pup
still
with.
run dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs.
They,
Yeah.
God, you think the coon population goes crazy now? Wait, if that passes. Holy
Yeah.
cows.
yeah, then we're depending on Mother Nature on that one.
And that's what a lot of people do not understand. Mother Nature is way more vicious.
Yeah.
than we are.
If the coon population gets bad, distemper takes them all
They'll
out.
take them out. Yeah.
Distemper.
Yeah. Highs and lows.
There's going to be collateral damage with that as well.
Does anybody
Pets, distempers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what a raccoon pelt's at right now? Is it nothing?
$5, $4 if you can sell them.
Jesus.
Yeah, if they could sell.
Gosh.
We gotta let this guy go.
Yeah,
home
we're
and
done.
pack for
We're done.
Kentucky.
We're done. Hey,
JD,
JD,
thanks
we
for coming, man.
really appreciate it.
it.
That was a great episode.
Enjoyed it. Had a
Really
good
do
time.
appreciate
Have to
it.
Do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
We'll
kill
take
some more coyotes.
Yeah, there we go. I'd like to just tag along and watch. I just want to look through the scope and go, look at that little bitch out there.
Ooh, he's gone now.
Yeah.
The one
did.
thing that he said though,
did.
with that thermal, I mean, you are 360 looking.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the way around.
you might ride off a house, but I mean, they could come through their backyard or through.
Oh, I
I
watched
mean,
them run
they
out of
just-
yards,
Yeah,
barns. I watched a pair of them run across.
out of a barn.
Yeah, I've watched them come out of barns at night. I watched a pair of them, which I thought were the farmer's dog, because they were on the porch of the farmhouse, which was
Bullshit.
500 yards up. The
No
driveway.
way.
We stopped out between the road and the farm, and it's big open. It's down along Mad River there, south of West
Yep.
Liberty.
Yep.
And I'm watching, and the caller starts up, and these 2 heat signatures come off the porch out into the yard through some pine trees. I'm like, oh, fuck,
Probably eating cat
here comes
food.
the dogs. Thought it was his dogs coming, and they get all the way out to us, and that's something we kind of bounced on earlier. You can tell a difference between a coyote, fox, and a farm dog, house dog
Movement.
through movement, body language, and then appearance.
Yeah.
A red fox, small body, big bushy ass tail.
Gotcha.
Red fox, they bounce when they kind of prong
Yep.
their way. A house dog, curled tail, obviously different body shape, sizes, so they're easy to tell apart.
Yeah. Yep.
So these 2 come off that porch, come out there. First, I'm thinking, damn dogs. They're going to screw this stand up. And they come all the way in, down, out, and I'm like, those are coyotes. And shot the first one. Second one went out there, started howling at me. Pair of coyotes come off the damn
Somebody's
porch.
porch. Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, because, I mean, I wasn't going to pull the trigger until I was 100% because I'm thinking they're dogs the whole time. And I'm like, them are not dogs. These are
That is wild.
coyotes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Before we go, I gotta tell this. One of our friends he does skull mounts for deer, and he had a dog come into his barn, the neighbor dog, and pick up skull mounts and take them to the property behind and bury the skull mounts under pine trees on neighboring property. And I think he did it 2 or 3 times, and they just found the last one or something recently. The dog got into the barn, was taking the skull mounts, and then
The Euro mounts and going and burying them.
yeah.
Wasn't chewing them up.
No. Oh, one was chewed up. The nose was chewed off the skull, and it was one of the little boy. It was the grandson's first deer ever, and it took him just till recently to find
them
it.
all.
Yep.
That's
was going in the barn, stealing the skulls, and going and burying them. We were talking about dogs and stuff, but funny little tidbit.
That's
Hey,
frustrating.
great episode. Thank you so much, JD.
guys.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Enjoyed it.
Yep. Had fun.
All right. It was Chris Harshbarger telling me